Okay, design class, we are getting closer to finishing this color wheel. So the other day I had played around with some shapes inside here, trying to figure out how to break up this space. We're gonna do complements. Sort of bring back to my sheet here. So we've done tints, right? Tint was when we were adding white. So that was this section here. That was the first ones that we did. And then we did shades next, actually. Let's see. And shades, if you remember, shades are when you're adding black. So that was on the right side of those different pie pieces. We did tones. Okay, tones are when we are adding gray, right? Or black and white, you know, just depending on how you mix it. And that was in this center section there, all the way around. And the last one that we are going to do is complements. So to make some different colors, one way to do that is you mix complementary colors together. Complementary colors or complements, they are across from each other on the color wheel, okay? Across. So whatever's across from orange, blue, okay? That's when we're going to mix those colors together and see what happens, and we'll paint those inside this section here. But I want to break this up a little bit, make it a little more interesting. Again, I was kind of playing with some different ways to do this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this idea of putting the dot right on that edge of this circle there. And I'm going to bring that line down, I don't know, maybe like here. If I have these two lines here, I might just go halfway in between there and there. Something like that. And then I'm going to put those together. I'm just going to see what it looks like. If I don't like it, I can change it. Remember, in all the videos I was talking about how I'm recommending that you do at least 2 tints, tones, shades. I'm going to do 2 or 3. I'm also going to do 3 complements. You know, if you're getting really busy and you're not having time to do even the 2, just do 1 if you have to. Again, I'm recommending that you do 2, and if you can do 3, that's even better. But just do what you can do. I really like the way that looks, so I think I'm going to continue with that. I'm just going to come over here. So I'll do a few, just like I did on the other videos. I'll do 2 or 3 of them so you can see what they look like. Oh, I like that. It's going to make like a star shape almost, like a starburst. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so I will do it during my time lapse. I'll go around and I'll finish all those. But I'm really liking that. I have 1, 2, 3 spaces. Again, you can do 1, you can do 2, you can do 3, but you do need to have complements in there somewhere. So I'm going to get my materials out here. This is actually my red-orange, isn't it? That'll be okay. That'll be all right, because I think what I will do is show you how to do that mixing, which when you're doing your complements, you're going to do probably a lot more mixing than you normally do. Because you have to mix all of the complements. You're mixing your complements, but you're also mixing the tertiaries and all of that, and you're mixing tertiaries with tertiaries. So there is a lot of mixing that goes into doing the complements. So this is my red-orange, so I'm going to start with my red-orange to get a little bit of my red. Remember, not a lot. You do not need a ton of paint here. Try to mix equal amounts. That one's probably not enough. I had a little more red than I had orange there, so I'm going to mix those together. All right, I'm going to set this one off to the side here. I'm just going to go in with a different brush then, and I'm going to mix the complement. So if I'm doing my red-orange, across then is which color? This is a tertiary, this is a tertiary, this is a tertiary. So I have to mix green and blue together to make my blue-green. And then that's when I'm going to mix those 2 together. So mix a blue, a little more blue there maybe. And I'm going to get some green. Again, try to get those equal amounts. Mix it up, see what that looks like. All right, set that there. Okay, so this is where we're gonna start mixing them together. I'm gonna start in my red-orange side here. So what I'm gonna end up doing here is I'm gonna take a little bit of the blue-green that we have, and I'm just gonna mix it into my red-orange, or into a little bit of it. You can see how it changes the color, right? Then I'm gonna go ahead and paint that inside of one of my 3 sections here. You wanna make sure that the colors still feel like they're in that same color family. If you get too much of the blue-green into this one, it won't look like it belongs on this side of the pie chart. So you want to make sure that those things are matching up. You know, if you got too much, then you got to add more of the original color back into it. So with that being said, then I don't just go over to the other side across and start painting those colors across, because they don't fit into that family yet. When we go across, we have to start with the blue-green and add some red-orange into it. So there's that one. Get a little more of the blue-green. Paint another one here. That doesn't look like there's enough there. Didn't change it enough. But you can kind of see how that starts to change it. It becomes really dark. Again, you want this to still feel like it belongs on this side of the color pie. The color wheel, I guess. Pie piece on this side of the color wheel. Alright. So again, this is going to be where you end up doing probably a little bit more mixing than the other ones even. Alright. And then I gotta add just a little more in. I might have to go back to my yellow brush. I like that one with a straight edge on it. Especially when I'm working with so many straight edges on this piece. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my yellow brush because I really like the straight edge on that, because I'm doing so many straight edges. Water. Alright, I'm running out of paint. I'm gonna have to do that one again here. So I'm gonna get some more red-orange. Mixing that around. Get a little bit of blue-green. Blue. And then we're gonna get a little bit of green. Alright. Mix that one again here. There we go. So this one still feels like it's more of the red-orange color than it does the blue-green, so it should work on this side of that color wheel. There we go. Alright, so when I look at that, they should all look different, but they should still look like they belong inside of that piece. Alright, now, because I have, just use my reach here, because I still have some red, orange, and some blue, green, I could just go directly across to my blue, green pie piece and do the same thing, but what we would do is mix the red, orange into our blue, green. So I gotta go in and put my little lines in here. Okay, so on this one, you're starting with your blue-green and you're adding a little bit of that red-orange into the blue-green. some more of that red orange in there. Again, you still want it to be in the blue-green family. I'm going to add a little bit more blue-green back into that because it's just really dark. There we go. It's really, really thin. It started to have that reddish color coming through. We don't want that. We want it to still look like a blue-green. Alright, so you can see they're a little different. They're close, but they're still different. Alright, let's see what happens when we add a little more in. Trying to keep it that blue-green color. Just changing it up with adding a little bit of red-orange. Hopefully it'll turn out different. Starting to see a little bit of that in there, aren't I? So I might have to do a little work with this one. See how they're very, very close. I might have to go back, like I said, and just try to do a little bit of work with that because I want that to still feel like a bluish green color. But you'll notice it does get very dark very, very quickly. Can see the difference, but man, they are close. Okay, so that's the idea though. You're mixing your complements, whatever's across from it. When you're doing your tertiaries, you're gonna do a lot of mixing because you have to mix the tertiary color and the tertiary color, and then you're mixing those colors together. So from here, I'm gonna let you work. I'm gonna do my time lapse, and I'm just gonna go all the way around, and we'll touch back here in a little bit.